Tonight on Man and Machine.
Showtime. He came up the stairs, knocked over the first stuff he saw. Made kind of a mess. There's a print down there. We'll get a cast of it. He blew open this door. That got the guard's attention. He must have come in while the guy was looking for stuff. Not that there's anything you'd want in here. Watch what you touch, by the way. They struggled. Broke things up right across the room. They came in this direction. This all happened between, somewhere between 1 and 2. We're checking the security records to nail down the time of his rounds, but these guys always futz them, so whatever we find will only be approximate. Anyway, it was a hell of a fight. And the guard wound up losing.
Mann!
And machine.
Rose? Come on, girl. Time to eat. Hello. Morning, Captain. Sorry, I'm running 10 minutes late. Okay, 40. Of course, she's always on time. If my internal clock was Swiss-made, I'd be on time, too. Give me a break, will you?
You're talking to me?
Huh?
There's no one else here.
What?
County Consolidated Utilities. Power, water, phones, satellite meters. Seems that some people have been turning off the limiters during the brownouts. Not that I would accuse you of anything like that.
They're out back. You know, just, lock the door when you leave, okay?
Sorry, a resident must accompany me at all times.
Hey, I'm late for work.
Company regs. Some customers claim that we tamper with the meters.
Look, Eddie, I'm a police detective. I'm on duty and I'm late for an emergency situation. If you make me stay, you'll be interfering with the performance of my duties.
But a resident must accompany me at all times.
Hey, you want a resident? Rose, hey, come here, Rose. Hey, stay in bed. She'll keep an eye on you while you do your work.
Does she bite?
No, do you?
Hey, no, wait a second. Hey, I don't know if I can do this.
Nice of you to join us, Detective.
Well, one of those days, Cap murdered just getting out of the house.
2, to be precise, both with the same MO. A new one, even for me.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
According to the autopsy, acute systematic trauma due to excessive amounts of thorpenzamine.
Yeah?
He OD'd on a drug normally prescribed for acute psychotic imbalance. The amount was sufficient for 2 years' dosage.
You have a prescription for the stuff?
No. Trauma to the mouth and throat indicate he was force-fed.
Anything valuable on site?
It was a pharmacological bank. It stores a wide array of psychoactive drugs. They're the only means of treating psychiatric problems under the Mental Health Act of 1997.
Anything stolen?
Just some ordinary chemicals. Magnesium, sodium, carbon, mercury.
Somebody trying to make a murder look like theft?
Or building a bomb. All the missing chemicals are useful in explosives.
We're saying somebody with a drug for psychotics is knocking people off so they can build a bomb?
Not a pretty picture.
What's the other murder?
A utility company employee named Edward Alvarado. Took us a while to make an ID. His uniform was stolen.
What utility?
County Consolidated.
Edward. Eddie.
What?
May have been in my house this morning.
Who would want to get into your house?
Do you mind letting us in on this, Bobby?
Randall Lee Lomax.
No, that's impossible. He's up on a 50-year psychiatric.
Maybe he escaped.
We'd have known.
Well, it's been 10 years. Maybe somebody slipped up. Maybe somebody forgot.
Forgot what?
I'm sure that's not possible, but let me check.
Is there something special about this Randall Lomax?
Special isn't the word. They had a name for him. They called him the Laughing Bomber. Got off a string of 17 explosions before I caught him.
He was judged insane?
Oh, yeah, because they didn't have a stronger word. He was from the planet Pluto, or so he claimed. I voted for extradition.
He's been in an institution.
Yeah. For about 8 years, he wrote me letters telling me he was going to get me. A couple of years back, the letters stopped. Well?
Good news and bad. He didn't escape. He was released.
You can't be serious.
3 days ago. Full psychiatric cure. I think you should leave town for a while.
Yeah.
I'll go check your house.
My house, almost forgot. It's at my house with my dog. I can't believe I let Lomax into my house. They probably put a bomb in it. Rose is in there. Rose? Rose!
I'll look for the bomb.
Rose! Here, girl! Miss Rose! Come on, Miss Rose! Miss Rose! Come on! Hey!
Man, I found it.
Come on, Rose! Come on, Rose! Come on, Rose! Come on, Rose!
It's nitroglycerin with an electromagnetic detonator, more than enough to level your house.
Can you defuse it?
Well, of course. I took the master's level course at the academy. I'm an expert.
Great.
Problem is, it would take at least 8 minutes. Lomax has used the meter itself as a timer. It's most ingenious. It's set to go off in 20 seconds.
20 seconds?
18 now.
We gotta get out of here. Come on.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
Get my house!
That's not an option, man. I'll grab a few things. 6, 5. Done!
Thanks.
Can I get you anything?
My lucky hat, my grandfather's coping saw, my first badge.
I don't think I chose any of those.
I've got something you two better have a look at.
A big hello and a hearty how are ya? Lomax Vision is on the air. I'd like to send out special greetings to my old friend, Bobby Boy Mann.
It's my house.
Bobby, I know that right about now you're probably missing the comforts of your home, and you'll appreciate this little gesture. Remember these cozy surroundings? this bed is very comfortable. Or should I say, was very comfortable. Look around this home.
I believe this man is severely disturbed.
You'll never have it again.
He's nuts.
Oh, and these clothes. These clothes. Not much of a loss here, huh? But that's only fair. Because you took everything from me and put me in a deep, dark place. But all you really did, Bobby, was give me plenty of time to think. And I did a lot of thinking about you, Bobby boy. Sort of thought you'd seen the last of old Randall Lee, huh? Well... Oh. Well, let's go see what there is to eat. Be seeing you.
I'll send the disc to the lab for a trace, but I wouldn't hold my breath.
I hung 50 to life on that guy.
Pending psychiatric evaluation. He was deemed a complete cure by the institution's chief psychiatrist, a Dr. Betty Van Beesbrook, released on her authority last week.
We should go talk to her.
He'd try and stop me.
In the meantime, we should move you into Eve's.
Eve's?
My living space isn't set up for two, but I'm sure we could work it out.
Yeah, anything is fine.
It was very nice of Stugowski to let you borrow some of Undercover's wardrobe stock. Ordinarily, it's against regulations, but you're the first officer in the department's history to have his house blown up. Although I'm unclear why you would choose an accessory like this.
So am I.
It'll be fun to have you here, man, sort of like a sleepover.
Sleepover?
Mm-hmm. They were very popular in school. I always wanted to go to one, but it would have blown my cover. We could stay up late and tell terrifying stories.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, it will be. And I'll finally have somebody to sleep with.
It's a very complicated day.
Whole world's upside down. You'd think they'd have bothered to tell me he was loose, but they never do. It's the same old story. Another psycho cons a shrink and gets let go.
Dr. Betty Van Beesbrook, this is Detective Bobby Mann, his partner, Sergeant Edison. Dr. Van Beesbrook heads the chemical behavior program at Salinas Penal Center.
No doubt you're feeling conflicted right now, Detective. Let me put you at ease.
Conflicted? About what?
You no doubt have verbalized the opinion that I am responsible for Mr. Lomax's crimes.
You are.
On the other hand, you're filled with unresolved rage at the person you think is responsible for the destruction of your house.
2 for 2. You want to go again?
Subliminal guilt for not putting Lomax out of society's reach. And last but not least, fear that you might not be able to resolve your hyperinflated male ego in a physical confrontation with your nemesis.
Sure. It's all my mother's fault, right?
Rest assured, your mother had absolutely nothing to do with it. In case you hadn't heard, Detective, Freud is dead.
Since 1939. Cancer of the jaw caused by an excessive consumption of cigars.
He was discredited years ago.
Ulysses S. Grant died of identical causes.
They found Sigmund's private letters. All of psychoanalysis turns out to be a fraud, a complete fabrication.
I guess that put a lot of your people out of work.
Droves of Freudians lost their licenses. Thousands of patients were freed and taken into real therapy.
Dr. Van Beesbrook is a chemical behaviorist.
You see, all people are intrinsically good, Detective. A criminal act, or any other neuroses for that matter, simply arises from improper brain chemistry. Fix the chemistry, and you fix the behavior.
So you fed Mr. Lomax some good chemicals, and then you released him.
Well, I couldn't keep him chained up. He passed the state criminality review. He was cured. In fact, he's prepared for a new and useful career.
Career? In what?
Chemistry. He studied by correspondence. I helped him with his math. All he has to do is continue a maintenance dose, and he'll lead a fine, productive life.
What drug is used for maintenance?
Thorpenzamine, 3 milligrams a day.
And what if he doesn't take it?
He has no choice. It's in a pump implanted in his arm.
Thoropenzamine is the drug that killed the drug bank technician.
Well, it's meant for the chemically impaired. If a healthy person took it, it would result in severe hallucinations. Unless treated, death would follow. But it's a moot point, believe me. Lomax simply can't get at the pump.
Because it's buried in his arm.
Exactly.
All right. From somewhere inside Minneapolis.
No.
All right. Live from somewhere in the megapolis, it's showtime. All right. Live from somewhere in the megapolis, it's show. No.
You want to watch a game or something?
Oh, it's between professional sports seasons.
I'll take anything. Cable bowling, roller skating, high lie, sumo derby, moon squash.
You're rather willful tonight, man.
Everything I own is confetti. How would you feel?
I don't really know. I don't own anything of significance. Are you acting this way because you're hesitant about sleeping with me?
Who said I'm sleeping with you?
Well, Captain Clyghorn. She doesn't want you to try to track down Lomax on your own.
Oh, she thinks of everything, doesn't she?
Well, actually, I thought of that part.
You shouldn't have to give up your bed for me.
My bed generates a low-voltage electrical field. It maintains my skin tone. It would be less beneficial for you. Especially if you ever wanted to have more children.
Yeah, okay. I'll take the sheet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need that.
What's that for?
Modesty.
Modesty.
The only time you ever graded me poorly in your reports was when I failed to observe a high standard of modesty. I don't want to repeat the error.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What a night. I feel like I've been up for 2 days.
The latest research suggests that the real value of sleep lies not so much in the shutdown of physical components, but in relief from mental stress.
I dreamt about Lomax all night.
In that sense, you've been up for 3 days.
It's like he's crawled inside my head or something. Wherever I go, I hear that demented voice of his.
Morning, Bobby boy. How would you like to get blown up for breakfast? Where would a Looney Tune hide a bomb? That's what you're asking yourself. And your only chance to survive the next 10 seconds is to think like me, Bobby boy. Isn't that ironic? You're not even warm. And bombs do so much more damage in tight spaces. They'll be picking bits of you out of the ventilation. Why not try the phone box? Maybe it's in there. Ta-ta. All right. Live from some...
His arm is bandaged.
Right arm. That wouldn't be the one you sunk the pump into, would it, Doc?
I'd have to check my records.
I should warn you, Bobby. Forensics ran this for me after they dusted it. It's a wild ride.
How wild can it be?
All right. Live from somewhere inside the megapolis, it's showtime. I'd like to introduce my sidekick. Well, I'd like to, but I can't. He's dead. And speaking of dead, that's how I was for about the last 10 years or so. Timmy, what's it like being dead? Hard to describe, huh?
Well, there's going to be a lot more Timmys unless old Papa Lomax gets what he wants.
Who is the next one going to be? How long can this master of disaster keep it up? If you guess until he brings down half this town, then you are our bonus winner. But I am not unreasonable, and I'm not unfair. All I want is the man who is responsible for making me who I am today, Bobby Mann. Me and Bobby Boy, indivisible under one sky, one God, for one last tango, one crazed fandango.
Give me Bobby Mann and I won't kill anyone else.
Comprende, offende. So here's the deal. You and me alone. Don't you want to be alone with me, Mr. Mann? I know that I really want to be alone with you. Details to follow. Ta-ta.
You have to say one thing. He demonstrates remarkable clarity of purpose. Give full credit to the chlorplorazam.
Yeah, for homicide.
That's only temporary. When this episode is concluded, I'm sure we'll see his purposefulness channeled to a more socially acceptable ambition.
Well, maybe I should just let him whack me so he can get on with the Nobel Prize.
Your sarcasm really is excessive, Detective. Fortunately, we now have a drug that could manage it.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Freeze, Detective.
Okay, I'm not going to sit around and listen to this jaybird talk about Lomax like he's Elvis.
If I let you walk out of here, where will you go?
Hey, he wants a piece of me? I'll oblige him.
One-man shows are against my rules, Bobby. So is giving a killer what he wants. We do not negotiate with maniacs.
So I'll be the hook. He thinks he has me, you put him down.
Whatever you do, you must not be too harsh with him. His treatment could provoke a severe reaction.
I'll take your opinions under advisement, Doctor.
Thank you, Captain, for understanding. We all have our bad chemicals.
Outstanding 594.
Going down?
Yes, ma'am. You're going all the way down. Good evening, and welcome to Frontiers in Psychology. Tonight, we study transference, a condition whereby a patient transfers his problems to his psychiatrist. Oh, excuse me, chemical behaviorist, and then tries to eliminate those problems by filling her with toxic chemicals that burn the very life from her body. But before we do that, it's time for the special segment of the show we call our home Rorschach test. Tell me, what do you see, Bobby boy?
Personally, I see you and me. The grand finale. Show yourself, Bobby boy. Confront your fears. I'll be waiting for you.
In the meantime, I guess I just have to find some way to amuse myself.
2 more bombs in 6 hours.
Try not to think about it.
Let's just get him, you and me.
You know my orders. Now come and eat.
I'm not hungry.
You're not eating, you're not sleeping. It's counterproductive.
How's that?
The human system is fuel intensive. You can't expect to match wits with a maniacal genius on an empty tummy.
Tummy.
Captain Claghorn suggests I try the maternal approach. Now be a big boy and come to the table.
Expecting company?
The extra setting is for Rose.
Rose doesn't eat at the table.
You're not the only one who's been under extreme stress, you know. It's been a very difficult week for the poor thing. She's had her home destroyed as well.
You're right.
Besides, I thought it would be a good way to get her to eat.
What, she hasn't been eating?
The most recent canine studies have shown that a dog's physical patterns are completely synchronized with those of their owners. When you don't eat and sleep, she doesn't either.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that.
You've been justifiably preoccupied. Come on, Rose, dinner.
What are we having?
Turkey.
Our favorite.
I must admit, that wasn't my primary motive. The tryptophan is a natural sedative. A good 8-ounce serving and a glass of milk, and you should sleep like a baby.
Milk? Oh, how about a beer?
Absolutely not. Alcohol interrupts REM.
But it relaxes me.
You'll nod off watching Late Night with Larry Bud Melman and be wide awake by 3 a.m. Now carve. Mashed post, Rose?
Doesn't seem to be working.
She's waiting for you.
You gotta be kidding me.
Would you like to help with the model?
I never could do models. My fingers, I always get them stuck together with the glue.
Well, you could hand me the parts.
Where are you?
The redundant proton chamber.
Oh, what color is it?
Gray. You really can't go on like this, man.
I'll sleep after I put Lomax away.
Without sleep, it's debatable whether you'll ever find Lomax.
What do you mean?
Well, under normal circumstances, you would have figured out where he was by now. Either you really don't want to find him, or you've lost your investigative punch.
No, I want to find him.
Well, then you need to sleep.
I'm open to suggestions.
There's only one thing that we haven't tried.
Yeah, what's that?
Sex. Well, it's hardly a groundbreaking strategy. It is the strongest and most reliable of all the natural sedatives.
You mean.
Well, of course. Unless you've been keeping something from me, there is no alternative solution. We're here. We have registered blood work. And we're both consenting adults.
I haven't consented to anything.
Oh. Is it necessary for me to play out some seduction ritual?
Eve. We're friends. We're partners.
What?
Look, let's finish the model.
Well, there's no biochemical attraction?
No, you're very attractive.
But not to you.
I didn't say that.
Is it because I'm not organic?
You're just not ready.
I'm fully functional, you know that.
I mean ready in an emotional sense.
What's that got to do with it?
You won't understand it.
What's to understand? I've wanted to experiment for some time now, and it seems like the perfect opportunity.
You're not ready.
I am.
Okay, I'm not.
Very well. But if you find yourself sleepless later, I do hope you'll reconsider.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you go through with this.
Why not?
Because you know you'll regret it in the morning.
Who will?
Me. She's talking about me.
You know I'm right. Admit it.
Is she?
Don't you think I should be the judge of that?
Definitely not. You're in no condition to make judgments about anything right now.
Does this mean we'll never get to sleep together?
Someday maybe, but not now, but not now, but not now, but not now.
Hello, Bobby boy. I hope you're receiving this. I know you will sooner or later. My, you can achieve wonders with just a few cheap computer parts these days. I had plenty of time to study the technology while I was away, where you put me. It's time, Bobby boy. I'm waiting for you on the top floor of the Chemoplex Tower, a monument to the achievements of modern chemistry. Kind of like me. See you soon.
What is it, Rose? Mann? Man?
It's time, Bobby boy. I'm waiting for you on the top floor of the Chemoplex Tower, a monument to the achievements of modern chemistry. Kind of like me. See you soon.
Emergency. Bomb scare.
Hey, you can't go up there. Come back. What?
We can't afford to wait. I've made some baby bombs and put them in funny places like the elevator and stairway. The patter of little feet will cause them to go boom. I've also put some baby bombs on the ceiling under the roof in case you decide to land a helicopter. The patter of little rotary blades will cause them to go big boom. Bobby Boy is up on the roof with me. When I'm finished with him, I'll send him down. I'm sorry, Eve. I know this hurts, but you're gonna have to sit this one out.
Hey, Bobby boy. You got something in your back there, fella? Let me help you get it out. Oh, Bobby, it's a poison dart.
Let's go. One on the right. Check access. Got it. Room's clear. Okay. It's okay, lady. Just calm down, man. We're here to help you. Relax.
Thank God you're here. We have to find Mr. Lomax. He needs help.
How long will it take to neuter those things?
20 minutes, minimum.
That's not going to be good enough.
Well, I'm sorry, it's the best we can do.
Well, what's our chances of landing a helicopter up there?
Look, if this guy knows what he's doing, and it sure looks like he does, then maybe 1 in 100.
What about landing one person?
Oh, well, that's no problem. As long as you find somebody who can fly.
Now, here are the rules of the game, Bobby boy. I'm only going to explain this once, so I'm going to need your full attention. Now, you probably want to know what was on that dart. It's a little something I picked up in chemistry class. A little concoction that'll make you just like me. Because there is nothing I enjoy more than a fair fight. So, if you win, I die. And if I win, you die. But if I kill you, I get a bonus. I get to blow up the building.
I don't know what you're thinking, but I don't like it.
There's only one way to get up there, and that's by parachute.
Yes, assuming that the chute opens and you don't hit a building.
The chances of the chute not opening are point.
Please, spare me the math. Nowhere in the manual did I read a word about your having parachute training.
I've been through multiple exercises.
On what, simulators?
No, video games.
Oh, well, you could just forget it. The chopper unit won't even let you up there, let alone jump without certification.
The only way they'll know, Captain, is if you tell them.
You ready to fight, Bobby boy?
What kind of approach do you want to make?
Have you ever played King of the Silk?
The video game? Well, once or twice with my kids.
The optimum approach for victory is 8,000 feet at an attack angle of 45 degrees.
The last time I tried it, I hit the high tension lines. I couldn't get the wind calculation right.
What's the matter, Bobby boy? Now that we're alone, you don't want to fight, huh? It's just you and me. There's no badge, no guns, no law.
Bet you never tried to jump like this before.
You're just a coward, aren't you? Just a coward. Come on, coward, 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 coward. Oh, yeah, come on, Bobby, come on. Come on, Bobby boy. Get up there. Fight, 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 fight. F-I-G-H-T, F-I-G-H-T. Fight, 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 fight. You know, Bobby boy, this is turning out to be a real disappointment. I guess we better move on to the fireworks. Hit me! You know I hate that! That's what dogs do! And I hate dogs!
Captain, don't you think you're going a little too far?
Doctor, do you want to see chemicals out of control?
okay?
Oh, I just had this terrible dream. I was fighting Lomax on top of a building downtown.
No. It's late. Go to sleep. The verdict's in.
Oh, yeah? Let me guess. Lomax was remanded back into the care of Dr. Van Beesbrook.
How did you know?
It's fate. I mean, in a weird way, those two were meant to be together.
You know, man, I've been thinking. It really is not necessary for you to move to Captain Claghorn's. You could stay at my place for a while longer.
I don't think that's such a good idea.
What is it, my cooking?
No. You do a mean turkey. It's just, well, the truth is, I felt like we were getting a little too close.
You mean because of the sexual thing?
Keep it down, will you?
Oh, for God's sakes, man. It was only a little therapeutic offer.
I know. But it kind of, well...
What?
Got my chemicals going.
I beg your pardon?
Look, I had a dream that you and I were together.
That's quite amazing.
Why is that?
Well, I had a dream, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Well, was it a good dream?
It was a real doozy. It was spectacular, man. Incredible. Earth-shattering.
You had a dream that you and I were in bed together, and it was earth-shattering.
The world actually moved off its axis.
So, you want to tell me about this dream?
Well, I was lying in bed, unable to sleep. And you joined me. And we were about to kiss. When all of a sudden, Lomax leaped out and threatened to blow us up.
He did.
And I realized we were on top of the Chemoplex building. Only the building was on top of the world. And I suddenly became aware that the entire planet was in danger.
That's some dream.
And out of nowhere, a fleet of nuclear-powered helicopters appeared. And a lone shootist jumped out to save us. And it was none other than Rose, in a little dog parachute.
Well, look, Eve.
Man's best friend, about to sacrifice herself for the good of the human race.
Yeah, I gotta go.
But I haven't told you the part about the world moving off its axis.
No, Claghorn's waiting.
Not to mention the part I didn't understand.
Next on Man and Machine.
An exclusive interview with Russian leader Boris Yeltsin and his disclosure on American POWs possibly alive in the Soviet Union.
And sperm banks offering the gift of life, but creating a painful dilemma when a child asks, who is my father?
Plus an undercover report on a pattern of abuse surfacing in some nursing homes. I'm Stone Phillips.
And I'm Jane Pauley. Join us on Dateline tonight.
Man and Machine.